Hey John here. So I got this 2010 Z1 Turbo, and the handlebars were really sloppy. Like they would go back and forth, like, really bad, playing it. So I decided to take it apart and take a look. So I grabbed the camera and show you what my findings are. So these bearings, they're fine. They're still tight, and they rotate still. There's nothing wrong with the bearings. It's just resting on there. I can't turn that, but so that sits into these cups there, which you may or may not be able to see. The problem I found was the cup that goes over this is just cracked, worn out, and really beat up. So I had to take the hood off, right? And this speedometer cowl there, and that's basically what it looks like. And there's a couple of when I put it back together, you'll see how it goes. But this goes around the top piece. Let me go show you what I found. So this is the cup that holds those bearings in and presses everything together. Now I've got it closed up right now, but this had about an 1/8 inch gap. It's cracked, as you can see, into here, and it's cracked there. This is the other side is the same thing. So when I tell you this thing was loosey-goosey, it was like a 1962 Chevy Impala with a rag joint, like, gone. This steering was so bad, like it was everywhere. It was kind of getting like difficult to steer. So let me show you what's going on here. So this is aluminum, and this is where the bearing cups sit in, and there's the bearings there. Again, the bearings are good, so I'm happy about that. So I'm going to clean all this up. But what I noticed is, you see that? That's a broken bolt. It's in there. I got this thing just strung across there. It's just kind of dangling. There's another broken bolt right here. Broken bolt. These were loose, and you can't see in there, but there's a bolt that bolts sideways here. This one, there's one missing there. Right, there's one in the rear, but that one's broken front. So this whole steering, well, this whole apparatus is like this. So the whole apparatus is loose, is what I'm getting at. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, tighten up all these, I don't know what they're, 8 millimeters, 10 millimeters, whatever they are. Clean all this up, add some Gorilla Tape in that cavity there, add some Gorilla Tape on our piece we just welded, and then clamp this thing back together, do some rivets, because this is just a aluminum frame member, so we can go pop rivet right in there. And this is a 2010, so this thing will be tight as a... So I did both sides, but I don't think there's a need to grind this off, the weld, just because where it sits, there's nothing impeding. It was the inside I was worried about, because we need the bearing to sit flat on that, so I can't really weld the inside. That's why I went pretty hot with that, but I don't think it... let me turn it around, see what it looks like. Yeah, that's about the right heat. So there's penetration through, so I'll take like a Dremel and clean that up, because like I said, this is where the bearing sits in this cup, so I want that as smooth as possible. This one came out of red, that was about right heat. So let me clean that up, and then it's a little bit warm, and do the other side. Can't see the crack. Well, yeah, I guess you can on the inside there, but I got to close it up a little in the vise, and we'll do the same thing on this side. So I tightened everything up. I think there was a 6 millimeters, I think. And I drilled some holes here, so we're going to put some stainless rivets in here to hold this thing in place, because that's ridiculous. I mean, who knows how long that's been like that, but adding the 4 rivets should hold everything up, and even if the bolts do come loose again, that should suck it in. So this thing is going to be extremely tight. So it's not quite dry yet, the paint, but I'm in a hurry. So I added the little strips of Gorilla Tape to take up a little bit of space. Or again, the bearing that sits in there, the cup, it's just going to get squished in there. That doesn't rotate, so that'll take up whatever little space we had. Some tape there, because when this thing goes over the bearing, it squashes together. These casement bolts, we can suck it right down, so it's going to be tight, really tight. Let's see if we can get this thing back together without no issues. Again, this paint ain't exactly dry, but I can't wait. So I don't think it matters which way this goes, up or down. it looks isometrical to me. So we're just gonna get this thing lined up here. No place to put that. Just kind of like that. Get some stuff out of the way, make sure nothing's pinched. And then we'll just add this. Yeah, see? This is going to be really tight. You see it's still loosey-goosey. And we're going to go ahead and suck that in, but there's these little metal brackets, right? They go in for extra support. I'm going to use, where is it? A little blue Loctite for these. Put a little blue Loctite on there, but because I don't want these things loosening up like the other ones. Uh-oh. I think we got a discrepancy. So I'm just starting this. I didn't file this weld off, but it's looking like we probably have to. Well, let me see. Actually, it's not even close. Or no, it probably goes this way. Dumbass. I'm probably going to have to take this apart and grind them welds down. I didn't think it was going to impede. Actually, it's not. It's not going to impede. So I'm going to snug these four up. I got to take this bottom one back out and put the bolt back in there, you know, through the side to hold these wires down. Yeah, so this, just thinking about this collar is probably, you know, for when the collar goes on, just to protect things from, you know, impeding or whatever, because it's literally touching nothing. It's got spaces. It's just a, you know, I think where the piece comes into the cowl, the speedometer cluster and all that. Alright, so that's 1000% better. So, like I said, the plane of this handlebar, it used to go back and forth this way, rocking back and forth a lot. Now there's actually no movement at all, and it also went forward and backwards, like you know, forward and backwards. It's hard to explain because on video it's tight as hell, not moving a bit. But now we're tight. We're tight. We're good. Anyways, let me put the rest of this back together. That's all I got. Thanks for watching, man. See you next time.